Wagwan gamers, it's your boy StraightUpHippo, and today we're going to go ahead and talk Need for Speed Heat update. No. I meant to do one, but I did two, but it's one. A bit of a ranty one today. I kind of just want to talk about update 1. Where on earth is it? There was also a car that got leaked by someone that we're going to talk about that could possibly be featured in update 1 or maybe in a future update, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later, so stay tuned, please. Need for Speed Heat has been the best Need for Speed game in years. I don't need to say that again. I feel like I'm repeating myself and I'm just on loop. But that wasn't particularly hard because every Need for Speed game in the past 10 years has been very, very bad. Other than Hop Shoot 2010, of course, which I keep citing as one of my favorite Need for Speed games. And it is. Now, don't get me wrong. I still really enjoy Need for Speed Heat. I still play it for videos and I haven't got bored. I still play it with friends and I haven't got bored. But when it comes to my own downtime, I'm finding that I'm not choosing Need for Speed Heat over competitors like Forza or completely random games that have just launched recently, like Halo's Master Chief Collection and COD. I've been playing more of those games in my free time than Need for Speed. Then you got to ask yourself, why is that a case? Why are you not playing Need for Speed over these different games? I have finished all the content there is in this game. There's literally nothing else for me to do. Story, check. Collectibles, check. There's no form of endgame in Need for Speed Heat, whether people like it or not. There isn't. There's collectibles and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of actual end game, you can complete that relatively easily. It's not actually that hard to get Ultimate Plus parts when you think about it. You finish the game and then you grind for a bit. I honestly think any other Battle Pass system in any other game is at least quadruple the length. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing with the system. I don't want it to be a complete grind like other games Battle Passes. I think it should be, you know, relatively short and, you know, concise. My problem with Need for Speed Heat is the lack of things to do. I want to be able to play this game in my free time and be able to, you know, beat autolog times and all that kind of stuff. The actual autolog mode in this game is awful. There's no speed walls for the first time in a Need for Speed game, and I don't know how long, which is a stupid thing to do. I don't know why you couldn't just put speed walls in the game. Surely that wouldn't have been a hard thing to do either. There's just nothing to do, basically, and I just want to say to Ghost, can you please open a dialogue with the community? There's no reason 4 weeks after the game's launch that we haven't heard from you guys in an Under the Hood article. You might be working on a big update and we don't even know about it. Could you not give us a roadmap for things that we can look forward to? As a Need for Speed fan, you have such a good game here. I want to look forward to something. At the moment, I feel like I'm just kind of floating. Like I'm just floating. You know, in terms of, you know, its reception from reviewers, etc., you've done really well. Why would you not capitalize on the fact that this game's doing well now and be like, look, we've got things now to give you. Hit me in the face, like, oh, so much content. At this point in Need for Speed 2015's life cycle, we'd already had 2 updates. The Icons update and the Legends update. Both added, you know, new cars, new modes, and things that actually kept us interested. At this point in Need for Speed Heat's life cycle, guess how many we have? 0! They took away some lights and some flares at the start of races. That's what we have, you know, 4 weeks after the game's launch. I just think at this point in any game that launches, 4 weeks after launch, you have to have a content update. It's not like years past, you know, where things are changing. Nowadays, if you're running a live service game, 4 weeks in, you have to have an update. It's not a choice. That's what people expect nowadays. Now, the thing with update 1 is I'm assuming they would have been working on this, you know, up to the game's launch as well. Like, update 1 is always usually pretty planned ahead. You usually find a lot of stuff for update 1 in game files. Like, I know COD is the same, and I know, like, Forza's the same. So, they would have been working towards update 1 for a while now. They should already have it done realistically, and it should definitely be out before January. Like, if it's not out before January, then there's a serious problem and this game's gonna suffer greatly. But yeah, Ghost, I guess I'm gonna hand it over to you guys. What is going on with Need for Speed? Can you give us a roadmap? Can we have a bit more dialogue? I understand this has got to go through people, and there's like, you know, you've got to get accepted from the higher ups and then all that kind of stuff, but you seem to do it fine in 2015. Forza have no problem doing it with their you know, weekly or monthly streams, sorry, with the Forzathon streams. They don't have a problem doing it. You know, Gran Turismo have spoke more in the past 4 weeks than you have, so I don't see any excuse to why it can't be a thing. I understand games are a complicated process, and obviously you don't want to overpromise things and all that kind of stuff, but update 1 should already be confirmed at this point, and I just want to make this video to ask Ghost what is going on, not only with update 1, but, you know, just this dialogue. Like, on the Need for Speed account now, they're doing build of the weeks, which I completely understand. Like, you want to keep people engaged and stuff, but why not go a little bit extra with it? Make it in-game. Like, why not, you know, have a build of the week thing in the menus and go in-game with it and make it special and, you know, actually reward the people that win with, I don't know, like an exclusive license plate. Like, it's that extra step with Need for Speed that I feel like they haven't taken yet. With Forza, the amount of care and attention to detail from a petrol head's point of view, it's absurd. They might be lacking modes and they might be lacking this, that, and the other, but if you can really appreciate how polished that game is, the attention to detail, you know, in Forza Vista and all that kind of stuff. It's obvious in Forza where they go up and beyond to make your experience great. With Need for Speed, it feels like a lot of it's backtracking and a lot of it's fixing existing issues to make the game great. And that's fine, you do need to fix the issues, but there is still places where you can go above and beyond. And I think basic things like the communication is a great place to start. I'd love a monthly Need for Speed stream where they talk about future updates and what they're working on and all that kind of stuff that Forza do. I'd love if they just acknowledge the bugs in the game. Like, for example, manual bindings are actually clashing with bribing cops, etc. So if you want to go ahead and shift up while you're in a police chase, you actually can't, because otherwise you'll get bribed. You'll give the cops 10k and they'll get bribed. Or if you're trying to start a race and you just want to reverse out of the triggering zone, you'll just go into change car, because LB is also change car for some reason. Those types of things. Like, I just want to see a bit more open dialogue with the community. I just want to see where they're going above and beyond, and I just want to hear things and have things to do in the game. 4 weeks after the game should be out, we shouldn't have run out of things to do. That's what I'm saying. If there was PvP in the game, I would have been playing PvP. I would have been making videos on PvP, because that is my forte in video games. I play games that are very PvP based. That's just how I am. But that isn't in there. There's a lot of basic things that are missing out of this game, a lot of bugs. It's not a polished game in the slightest, and I just want to have a dialogue that is obvious to people, and so we're not just waiting around and it doesn't become like the Crew 2 again. That's my thing, and I want this game to become the Crew 2 again, because I was there at the start of the Crew 2 and I said, look, if this game doesn't get this, and this, it's not going to work. And look what's happened. No one's playing that game anymore. There's a reason why the game is always on sale. There's a reason why during Black Friday you could buy the Ultimate Edition for £10. That game isn't alive anymore. We've seen it happen, and I don't want the same to happen to Need for Speed. So Ghost, whatever you're working on, make it fast, because we need more content. And you need to give us more content so we can stay engaged. Also, I did say at the start of the video that I would be showing it. This guy who has an S14, I just want to say this is rumors, so take it with a pinch of salt. He said that the guys over at Ghost Games were working with him to some capacity to get his car in Need for Speed. So it looks like an S14 is coming to Need for Speed. Take it with a pinch of salt. We obviously don't know if this guy is speaking 100% truth, but it does seem like an S14 is coming to Need for Speed at some point in the future. So if you're watching this video, I beg, if you could send this to Ghost, that would be absolutely brilliant. Let them know that I'm not the only one like this, and that we need to get updates soon, because you are running out of things to do in the game. Obviously, I'm going to run out of things to do in the game. I play this every day for a living. They need to know that you are playing this game and you've run out of things to do. Anyway, that's been it from me today. Stay safe and peace.